Hi, my name is Bill and I'm a college professor in Dallas, Texas. If, like me, you are scratching your head and wondering or just disgusted over the fact that of the many, all campaign promises that Donald Trump ran on were lies. Remember how he was going to end all the wars and somehow it was Biden's fault for all the wars in the world, or maybe it was Nancy Pelosi's or Hillary's or Obama's, I don't know, somebody's fault. It's always somebody else's fault. And he was going to end all the wars. In fact, the Russia-Ukraine war was going to end just from him winning the election. He didn't even have to take office. It would end immediately because he's such good friends with Vladimir Putin, which that part is true from his standpoint, probably not Putin's. So since he was sworn in, we lost a war with the Houthi rebels in Yemen. He doesn't talk about that. I guess there's not a good way to spin that as a victory. The war between Ukraine and Russia has escalated, even though White House Barbie says that one of Trump's bullshit 2 week things led to some sort of peace agreement. Duh. And now we have the war going on in Iran, and it worries me because Fox News, which is what Trump considers his intelligence briefing for the day and spends 17 hours a day watching it, I guess, is trying to egg on a war. In fact, they're trying to egg on a nuclear war. And considering that's all this guy watches, it really concerns me that he might actually do the unthinkable, which is engage in a nuclear war of some kind, launching nuclear weapons of some kind into Iran. Okay, in case you're starting to think this situation is hopeless, after just 150 days, oh my God, the country is out of control. And while that is largely true, there is resistance going on. And I want to give you a specific example that might give you a glimmer of hope today, leading into what promises to be a beautiful weekend, at least here in Dallas. This is California State Senate Bill number 627. Don't believe me. I always tell my students, believe nothing I say. Do your own research. But this is on the California State website. The Legislative Digest, it's currently illegal to wear a mask, false whiskers, or personal disguise as specified with the purpose of escaping discovery, recognition, or identification while committing a public offense. Well, what about ICE that's doing the very same thing in the name of somebody's law or something to do with drug? I don't know. This bill, California State Bill 627, would make it illegal for law enforcement to wear any mask or personal disguise while interacting with the public in the performance of their duties. The bill would define law enforcement officer as any officer of a local, state, or federal law enforcement agency or any person acting on behalf of the same. You know who this is targeting? A while back in a video, I mentioned that my concern about these brown shirt, everything's concerning about it, but in particular, how long before we have copycats who are actually just bad guys who are dressing the same way and abducting people, perhaps for the purpose of sex trafficking, and now we're finding that is happening. I mean, in North Texas, this is a huge concern. They just busted one of the largest, I think the largest sex trafficking ring ever found. Resistance is not futile. Resistance is important. We have to stand up to all of these things that the Trump administration is doing in all the ways that we are able to do it, whether that's making a TikTok video, writing a blog, calling your senators, your representatives, participating in an indivisible rally, whatever it is that you like to do, that you do well. I want to encourage you to use your strengths to stand back and speak out against this. Thank you for your efforts. It will matter. We will make a difference together. Have a good weekend.